On June 19th, Pixar releases Toy Story 5, and for the first time in the franchise, the toys aren't fighting another toy, they're fighting a screen. This is Lore Films, and I think this one is bigger than a movie. Toy Story has always quietly been about being replaced, but this time, what's doing the replacing isn't the shiner's toy, it's technology, and that small change might make it the saddest film they have ever made. So let me set up this scene for you and show you what the story actually is. Hey Andy, you can put that down. One bad day does not mean ending all living organisms, right?
Yo, what is happening, Woody? Oh, back in my old days. I kept blasting at Zurg as my expedition carried me deeper into the galactic universe.
Buzz, that does not help the situation. Andy, drop it. It's not worth it.
Okay. Wait a minute, the whole time you can't talk? Where were you when I needed you?
Well, Andy, you haven't given me enough attention. In fact, you haven't given me attention at all. You have been curled up in bed playing shooting games. And honestly, that explains exactly what you're doing now.
Oh.
Fight it. Fight it, Andy. I know there's still a good heart inside you. Oh, now I know I exaggerated a little with that one. But still, the feeling, how the whole situation is supposed to develop, is somewhat similar to what I just showed you. Okay, maybe not to that extent. So here's what I want you to notice first. The scary part of Toy Story was never that the toys are alive. It's the deal they live under. Think about it. They think, they feel, they're loyal. And every bit of their worth depends on one thing. They can't control being loved by a kid. And the moment the kid stops playing, the toy doesn't die. It just stops mattering. Back in the box, waiting, hoping to get picked again. That's the engine. Every toy in this universe is living with a quiet, permanent fear of becoming useless. Hold on to that because everything else runs on it. Now look at what actually drives each film. Because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Woody isn't afraid of Buzz because Buzz is mean. He's afraid because Buzz is proof. Proof the kid he loves can fall for something new. Jessie, her whole story is the replacement that already happened. Her kid grew up, stopped playing, gave her away, and is still the most devastating scene in the second film. Lotso didn't start evil. He got replaced. He couldn't survive it, and it turned him cruel. And the third movie is basically a funeral. Andy grows up, and the toys have to accept that the kid they built their whole lives around is done with them, which, for them, is the same as gone. 4 movies, 1 fear, every single time. But here's where the 5th one does something different and worse. For the 4 films, the toys were always replaced by other toys. Buzz was a toy, Lotso was a toy, even Andy growing up just meant getting handed to Bonnie, another kid, another shot at mattering. The cycle hurt, but it was survivable. There was always another child. Toy Story 5 breaks that. Pixar's own logline is toy meets tech. Bonnie gets a frog-shaped smart tablet called Lilypad, and suddenly the toys aren't up against a rival toy at all. They're up against a screen. And here's the part that gets me. Lilypad isn't even a villain. Pixar's been clear about that. No evil plan, no cruelty, she's just genuinely engaging, endlessly patient, always available. In a way, a wooden cowboy and a plastic spaceman simply can't be. The old threats could be beaten because they had weaknesses. A jealous bear, you can outsmart that. But what about the screen? You can't. It doesn't get higher. It doesn't need imagination. It doesn't wait in a box to be chosen. It just glows and responds and entertains instantly forever. And look, you already know how strong that grip is. We have all seen what happens when you take an iPad away from a 4-year-old in a restaurant. That's not a tantrum. That's a hostage negotiation. Full meltdown, screaming like you unplugged their life support. No toy in history ever had that kind of power. Woody never made a kid scream in an Olive Garden. You don't defeat that. And the movie knows it. And this is the part I really want you to sit with. Every threat before this wanted something. It had a motive. It was fighting back. And that's exactly what made those movies winnable. The screen isn't an opponent. It has no idea that toys even exist. It beats them by accident just by being more interesting. And you know this feeling. You don't need to have ever owned a Pixar toy to know it. It's the dinner table where everyone's present and somewhere else at the same time is the room full of people, each lost in their own glowing rectangle. Nothing took their attention by force. force. It just quietly made everything else less interesting. There is no speech here, no rescue, no clever third act plan that wins a kid back from a device built by thousands of people to never let go. And here's why that lands so hard. A villain is so comforting. A villain gives you someone to root against and a clean ending where good wins. There's no villain here. The thing replacing the toys is something every kid in that theater already has in their hands. Probably in the room with you right now. You can't boo it. You can't beat it. You can only watch the toys slowly realize the world changed. And that love might not be enough to compete with something that's simply easier. Pixar has made grown adults cry over a character before. This time, the thing they are mourning isn't a character at all. It's a way of being a kid. And here comes the real question. Are screens actually replacing childhood imagination, or is this just a new version of play the same way TV scared parents in the 80s? I want to hear both sides.